Hey guys, welcome back to the Crawl Cosplay Sun Death Tournament week number 2. Last week we ended off in a puff of annoyance, I would call it, maybe a little embarrassment. Basically, I died to something that I probably should have just LE'd or teleported or something on a run back. It wasn't even like I was progressing towards something. I just kind of got caught by a mob that I left open and forgot to account for, or left alive. Anyway, we're moving on. So now we're in week 2. Week 2 is the Gnoll summoning. So Gnoll means basically I don't control my experience. It's evenly distributed. Because of that, I'm really at the bane of what the world gives me, because you basically have to shift based on what what's been generated for you. The summoning start is more of a negative than anything. I suppose you can use it to run away, but we're quickly going to have to lean in towards whatever we get from the game itself. So that's that. Bonus 1 is to reach the end of depths before entering a rune branch, which basically means you can't do any of your S branches, even for experience. You can't do vaults. You basically have dungeon, orc, technically layer, but if you're going to go for the no layer win, that is not on the table. You could do elf, but then otherwise you have to dive into depths. And then the bonus 2 is get a rune from Hell or Pan. So basically from that point, you then have to go into Hell or Pan and get a rune. And then you're released into whatever you're doing. You can use the Abyss God Lungonu, the Stealth God of Death, or the Shining One. And the Shining One is usually my 15 rune god. So this complicates things with regards to the one-offs. This would suggest to me that I probably should go for 15 rune win and therefore full zig as well along the way, because that's what I'm most comfortable with. TSO is 15 rune. It being a Gnoll means that I need to get some real solid gear, because normally I do like a gargoyle or something like that has an innate defensive attribute to it that helps with the things that are needed for 15 rune win. The ascetic rune is unlikely if I'm going for bonuses, because what are the chances of not using a single rune if you're going to dive into depths and then dive into a first rune being Hell or Pan? It's almost impossible. Like, you're probably going to try to get a Pan rune, but the chances of you using no potions and no scrolls in that scenario are very little. Now, someone has done it, so I applaud them already. So that's pretty cool, because I'm pretty sure this person... Wait, no, they did it first week. They haven't done anything, so never mind. I'm just like, how did they do that for these bonuses? Anyway, and then so for me, I'm leaning 15 rune full zig because of the TSO. Now, here's a note, though. The no layer win is primed for this week, because you basically only just need to not do layer. You're already not going in that direction, so you just don't do layer, and you do all the stuff, and then you 3 rune, basically, is my understanding. Now let's check with Tom Bombadil. I can't tell if he did a 15 rune win for this specifically, but that's the kind of idea. So you just do a 3 rune win, you do whatever you got the bonus 2 for, and then you do vaults, and then you do Abyss, and then you win the game. And that's how you do that. So the unfortunate thing is that if I want to leave no layer win available, I can't do layer, and so that limits my ability to get more experience before I dive into depths and try to go for that rune. But I suppose I should. So basically my battle plan here is to try to survive Gnoll Summoner, and then try to clear everything that I can other than layer, like don't enter layer, and then don't enter vaults, dive into depths, do a rune in Pan probably, because there's a lot in Hell. I would have to have specific resistances and all that. Anyway, and then we'll see what happens. And so without talking too much, we're already 4 minutes into this, haven't even started. let's get this started, and we'll see. Because I'm plenty of episodes deep from being able to make those kind of endgame decisions. Basically, the only thing I need to do now is just don't enter a layer. That's my only decision for now. So we're in 0.33, and we need a Gnoll, and we need Summoner. Okay, so I can't control my experience. I have sharp teeth, and I can detect a little bit around me. I'm not going to go for a turn count win here. There's just too much in play here with the bonuses that it's not aligning. So I will just play to win in a standard sense. And we'll go from there. Good. Okay, I really want to pick up a weapon before I engage anything. And there's a lot of individual guys up there. So I'm going to play it a little safe to start just because, well, I mean, you know. But past that point, I'm going to... not care as much about turn counts. It's gonna pop down just to see. Okay, just so I have a safety. When you're in depths 1, or sorry, dungeon 1, sometimes it's good to ooh, there's a lot of action here. Sometimes it's good to have an escape plan beyond just running away. So getting a first down settled pretty quickly can be a helpful and beneficial solution. Okay, armor. Let's take a look. I'll put on the armor. In the comments, I had a suggestion about how to save on turn counts by using the comparer. You can see your spell failure would improve by blah blah blah. That is something I was not aware of. I suppose it might be a new thing. I'm not sure how long ago it was added, but that certainly helps with the turn count. So thanks for the comments, the comment on that. It's always nice to get tips along the way. I mentioned that in the the episode. I hope over time, which is that I'm pretty new to the turn count. I literally have never cared about turn counts, and so this last episode or last character was definitely a delve into interesting areas. Now here's the interesting thing. We're Gnoll. We don't know what we're gonna do. I think I should go strength simply because of encumbrance and it being the lowest of everything. I'll pick this up just to have for the future. Medusa. Excuse me. I'll pick up the Medusa. These kind of early game shapeshifting are very relevant for Gnolls because we will naturally get to that area of shapeshifting. Okay, for a lack of other options so far, I will start learning these other summons because I don't know what else is going to be in front of me, so I should probably do what I have in front of me, or available to me. So I got I mean, really nice is a relative term, but I've got a +2 short sword of venom. It's something. It's better than nothing. So none of these gods are the ones that are allowed. So we carry along. Ooh, Gnolls, not great. So I'm going to use my summoning to hopefully stall them. Now, it would have been nice to get some poison on them and then blockaded them. Um, but here we are. Okay, cool. What a whip. Whip draining. That's not too bad. Let's drop this. LA. I wonder what's better. 7 at 9 with venom versus 6 at 1 with draining. It's pretty close. I'll stick with the venom for now. We've gotten our first learning. Well, I guess maybe technically we were a little faster on the weaponry side of things. But anyway, we just got a bunch of training. Cool. Okay. It's like aesthetic rune. No, it's not happening. But I still won't read H until I have a little bit more to work with there. I don't know for sure if it's a identification. See, like now G's catching up. Is G it? And was I about to read a teleport for no reason? These are the kinds of things you got to think of. A flail of protection. That's pretty nice. Whew. Let's take a look at that. Where'd it go? There it is. 11 at no, it's too slow. I would like to get my health back, but maybe I'll walk it out a little. Let's explore a little. Ooh, some gloves. Good start. You love rand arts on a on a Gnoll. So +3 is awesome. The rampage, it is what it is. Our poison is awesome. The int -5 is terrible. But I don't know if it's gonna be too bad. Let's see. Spell failure worsens by 3%. I mean, at worst it puts K9 to 10, so I gotta use it. And I'll just keep in mind my intellect. I know it makes spells worse too, but right now I'm kind of more of a melee character with some support summons, so that's okay. I know I have rampage, so I gotta be careful about that for the good and the bad reasons. Just a base pair of gloves, but we just got these gloves. I could probably drop this. Alright, carrying along here. We've got probably a named boss. Always forget this guy's name. Pickle. Yeah, Pickle. I'm gonna back away. Wish I had probably got poison on something before I did that, but we're here. I'm just gonna get one up with me, and I'll do a different dam. Excuse me. I'm gonna run it out. Okay, nice. We just unlocked level 2 of our melee stuff. Okay, Pickle, summon a few things and back away. Hopefully the poison holds. I gotta remember the dog, you can refresh to heal him. That could have allowed me to have a little bit more of a blockade here, so I'll kind of keep that going, and then I will heal him, the dog. Oh, I got punished. Well, he died. I leveled a bunch of stuff up, and I'm just gonna run it out here, and that should die from the stuff. Cool. Whip of freezing. Let's take a look. XV be? 0.97 plus freezing. 0.96 plus draining. 0.87 and venom. That's a tough one. I'll pick it up and I'll keep using my poison. I like the idea of poison because of the summons. I can go behind and still tick away kind of thing. Just gonna pull back just to even it out here. Okay. We got a dagger of some capacity. Venom, it's just worse. Cool. You see, like, H hasn't developed any further. It's a little scary to commit into learning it. Cool. Cool. Let's double check. I probably don't have enough strength to make this. Yeah. So we might be able to do scale mail at some point, but not yet. Interesting. Okay, magic regen. Hey, it's better than nothing. Dungeon 5. We are XL8, which means we are past our save point. That's XL5, I believe. So we are what we are. I didn't want to run in without being close to this thing. I could probably pick up the bow. Am I going to start sniping someone off? Probably not. It's a slow attack. But one thing you got to remember is I'm training everything. So bows are viable in some capacity. So I guess I could like throw that on B. But at a certain point I am summoning, so it's a little more awkward than that. What was that? Did I learn a spell or something? Ooh, okay. So we picked up like the explosion book or whatever. Are these going to be viable? Certainly. Edge casing. Maybe IMB will be good at the by the mid to late game. Well, the spell itself is good, but more so like it will be castable. Ooh, we got some throwing weapons. Cool. Ooh, pulling back. That's a little too much. See, this is Rampage. I'm not like Rampage is what it is. I'm not a huge fan of the risk it puts when you accidentally click something. I can't really engage him in an alleyway. Ooh, throwing. Staff of Death. That'll be abandoned once we get TSO, if and when. Ring of Fire. Hey, it's better than nothing. I'll keep it in case I encounter rather than put it on immediately. Edmund. I'm not afraid of him necessarily. He's got a dire flail of draining. That's a little scary. Ooh, hand axe of freezing. Not bad. Ooh, here's our guy. I'm going to poison, pull back, and I'll heal my dog. Did I click? Yeah, I clicked it. Interesting. Get my dudes in the way until my dog is back. Nice, he did a little even bonus block there. Now I can get my dog. I'll come in, poison him, go around the corner. Okay, no risk of death. Dire flail of draining and a Scale mail. So scale mail is almost in range, but there's no rush. What can we do? I wanted to check out this dire flail. So it is, I believe, two-handed. Yes. We're almost equalized, and it's a lot of damage. 16, 1.1 versus... Yeah, I think we just wield that now. Now, if we get a shield in the future or something, you know, the equation changes. All right. Did we just get... no, we walked here. So I'm going to summon this, back away. I want to get in a row here. And then we will take things out case by case. We just got a nice little upgrade with all our spells. A Whip of Elect. So that's probably better than other two. Not to say, I'm not doing a turn count win. I'm not trying to min-max my, I shouldn't have picked that up because, reasons. Okay, I'm going to back away here. These guys are very dangerous still. Let's get the dog. Whew. That was actually quite scary. I'm still gonna... should I go in now because of the -5 built into, like, probably my gloves for the game? It's tough because I want to get strength now. I suppose I should go strength. It's just... It will help casting by encumbrance. And I'm more than likely going to be some sort of melee wielding whatnot if and when TSO comes online and all that, so. What do we got here? Cloak of Poison. So this is cool because now I'm not, like, required to use my gloves for poison resistance if I wanted to buy this. So that's cool. Shadow Dragon, core are... Oh, and then I suppose these are really nice too. Now this is the stealthy boy one. This is crazy thought, but what if I go stealth with the Dith, because that's one of the gods? That certainly could allow for some shenanigans. It would probably throw away my 15 rune win. I know you can 15 rune win with many gods. This is interesting. Now that's a lot of gold though. I'm not going to get that anytime soon, so I shouldn't change my whole game because of a $16,000 item on D6, I suppose. But it's very tempting. Very tempting. Surprise Croc. I don't usually use Surprise Croc. Let's see. Because it appears beneath me. Surge of Murky Water and performs empowering attack against the chosen target, dragging it both it and the caster before allowing the latter to dismount safely behind it. I think this is good for, like, solo, like one-on-oneing. I'll grab it for a lack of other things. I don't think you use Croc often though. I'll swap C and D though. Ooh, okay. Scrolls. So I can buy these and know them if I need to know them for an escape, but then otherwise not have to use them. So I think I should buy. I know we were just talking about like saving money for that body, but it's unlikely. I think the more consistent choice would be TSO. Ring of Dex. So at least Dex is nice. Here's our temple, probably. Yeah. Do I have a helmet? Yeah. What do we get? Oh my. Wow, guys. This god situation is routinely screwing us. Last game we didn't get a Gozag in our temple. This game we didn't get a TSO. What is with us, you know? It's like, come on, guys. Not you, of course. I mean, come on, gods of generating random dungeon patterns. So do we Dith? Save up for that body. Accentuate our kind of cap stealth with Dith stuff. I mean, it's such a hard commit because I don't even have like a good dagger. What am I in? I'm in like D7. Maybe we get a TSO in the floor here. A Demon Blade of Venom. Can't stab with Demon Blades, but 19 at 1 with Venom. So that's just better. And I can use a shield with it as I need it. I'm not usually a Demon Blade guy, but when it comes to you, you take it. That's very scary. Maybe I can get those, what are they, like boots of... everything can stab or whatever it is. That would be cool. I think I go down one. Yes. Pick it up. Use the corner. Summon my guys. Back away. And it dies. Okay. I'm so tempted to like look that up. I guess because I'm not going to get an acquirement until I get an acquirement, and that'll break the ascetic rune, which means no gold, which means no buying that body piece. Now, of course, the spell failure rate just gets shredded. So I would need way better strength. It's such a weird... But look at that AC. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to clear to like D10 or something and see if I can find a TSO bot in the... I'm just going to reset here. A TSO in the on the floor, because like I need to know if there's a TSO in my future. What's our time? Oh, we're about to hit 30. All right, I'll finish this floor and that'll we'll see where we get at the end of that. Oh, I should forget the throwing Atropas. I really don't like engaging open floors of whites. And all that without being near a stair. Up, okay. Summon some stuff. Dagger of speed. No. Short sword of... I'm like taking a look, trying to see like, is there potential for stabbing? Like, oh, you know, you just got a short, quick blade of, you know, whatever. You must be Dith now, you know, that kind of thing. But so far, we're really... Oh, is this TSO here? Yes. Okay, so we got our TSO. All right, so basically, if I go TSO, that whole Dragon Scales thing is moot. I mean, it's a fine armor piece, but it's not like a rush thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna go TSO. Like, I mean, that's the plan, and we'll take it from there. I'll finish the floor though. Oh no, my demon blade. Forgot about that part of it. Oh, and the draining is also bad. I guess I go down to my Whip of Elec, maybe? 10 at 1, Hand of Freezing, 9 at 0.8, Elec. Oh my god, I hate this. This is so... But it's funny. I can't call Imp. Let's crock it. I don't love the starting of this encounter, so I'm just gonna reset. Okay. I mean, eventually TSO will let me turn that into a of holy if I wanted it, but I mean, anyway. So let's take a look at our weapons. That's funny. So we have the short sword, 12 at 0.7. We can just get a base dire flail, 19 at 1. It's probably going to be that. So let's drop all this. I won't drop the demon blade, but what's the hand axe? 10 at 1 versus dire. Oh, oops, dire. I think I go for that. Grab that. Wield that. And anyway, carry on here. I gotta move that. I'll move B to like, I don't know, like G or something, so I don't accidentally click that. And C to B and D to... No, C to B, D to C. That's funny. You can't call Imp. It's very funny. Our first little bit of TSO here. They're undead, so you get a little bit extra piety. Sometimes the pro move is to like leave some undead stuff until after you become TSO. Anyway, weaponry, dire flail, spectral shimmy, flail of flaming, 15 at 1.1, but it's a one hand. I'll note it. Anyway, That's funny. So we pick TSO and we lose both our best weapons. Cool. All right. Is there anything last to do before we call it a day for this episode? I don't believe so. So we will call episode 1 at this point. We went a little long, but that's okay. So we started with Dungeon 1, made it all the way to Dungeon 8. We didn't get our TSO in temples, so of course we had to risk it, and we got it pretty quickly after, so that's fine. Things to buy for sure. I mean, we're technically still ascetic runed, but I should probably give that up pretty quickly here if we're going to do the bonuses. Yeah, keeping it up. All right. So check out next episode, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll see you next time.